What's something people don't know about Viking winter survival? Most Vikings didn't freeze to death in blizzards. They were outsmarted by the cold in ways you'd never expect. There's no dramatic blizzard, no screaming wind announcing its arrival. Most of the time, it kills quietly, patiently, starting from the ground beneath you. Long before the body shivers, before fingers go numb, before breath turns shallow, heat is already being stolen through contact with the earth. Ancient people understood this instinctively because they lived with the consequences, and among them few understood it better than the Vikings. They didn't defeat winter by burning endless firewood or building massive hearths. They defeated it by mastering what lay under their feet. Beneath that raised floor, Vikings created a layered mineral system that functioned like a silent engine. Gravel formed the base, allowing water to drain away instead of freezing beneath the house. Above it came sand, which stabilized the surface and distributed heat evenly. Then came stone, carefully chosen for its ability to absorb and release heat slowly. When the hearth burned during the evening, these stones stored warmth. When the fire died, the floor continued releasing heat through the night. The house stayed livable without constant fuel. Archaeological sites across Norway, Denmark and England confirm repeated heating of these stones over decades, proving this was a deliberate and refined system. Above the mineral layers came organic insulation, and this is where Viking engineering becomes truly impressive. Straw, reeds and sometimes raw wool were layered thickly beneath the living surface. Straw trapped air, slowing heat loss. Reeds resisted moisture and decay. Wool insulated even when damp, something few materials can do. Most importantly, these materials breathed. Moisture could move through them instead of becoming trapped, preventing rot and cold condensation. Unlike modern sealed floors, Viking floors stayed dry because they were never airtight. What made the system even more effective was its seasonal adaptability. In winter, families thickened the organic layer, adding more straw or reed to increase insulation. In summer, they removed some of it to allow airflow and cooling. This wasn't a permanent structure that ignored climate changes. It was a living system adjusted by hand as the seasons shifted. Knowledge of when and how to make these changes was passed down through generations as a basic survival skill. The final layer was made of thin wooden planks, usually pine or spruce, that had grown slowly in those northern climates. These planks weren't thick or sealed, you know. Their flexibility allowed the floor to expand, contract and vent moisture naturally. Warm air could rise gently from below, while dampness escaped instead of collecting. The floor wasn't just something you walked on, it was part of the house's breathing system. When combined with turf roofs and dense timber walls, the Viking home became, well, a passive heating machine. Heat from the hearth warmed the stones warmed the floor warmed the air where people slept, and the heavy roof trapped that warmth inside. Even after the fire burned out, the house remained stable and livable. This wasn't luck, not at all. It was environmental mastery. What makes this knowledge powerful today is that it's still usable, even now. Raised floors, breathable materials, gravel drainage, and thermal mass stones can all be recreated in cabins, survival shelters, and off-grid builds using just simple tools. This system reduces fuel needs, lowers smoke output, and keeps warmth right where it matters most. The Vikings didn't survive winter by fighting nature harder. They survived by understanding it better. If this guide gave you a new perspective on ancient engineering and real survival design, make sure you subscribe to Warcraft Survival, share this video with a fellow history enthusiast, and leave a comment telling us which ancient system you'd like us to uncover next. The past still has a lot to teach us, and we're just getting started. Stay updated for more videos every week.